All right, so let's move on
That'd be a good one.
to our next topic, and this is train high level talent. So I got asked. It was weird. I got an email from someone who was, looking, I guess, to get some training, and they said that, that their child was from out of town. I won't
Okay.
say where, somewhere in New Mexico, from out of town, and they were looking at coming down here in the summer, and uh, they wanted to know if it was, advanced training. And I just responded saying, we train from beginners to professional, right? But then I'm thinking, like, if you went to the website, you would see that. But it's weird because I've gotten asked that. And and it was, what when I say weird, what was weird was before this phone conversation, for this email that I got from the parent inquiring a few days ago, one of my clients was like, I've never seen, training like this. Like, you train at such a high level with what you do and how you do it. And I said, it's catered to that participant. If the player that I'm training is a lower level, I can't do high level stuff.
Right.
And I've often had to ratchet up a training with a person who's lower level because they start to think that the training is easy. So I have to kind of let them know, like, this, I'm going to do stuff that you can't do. So you're gonna have to get on your game and get better. And at the end, it's like, it was hard. The dribbling drills you did, the way I was constantly moving and stuff. So yeah, it's like, I can't have you do that now because you don't know how to do it,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so I got to make sure you know it and then move up. But it was just interesting to me that I don't know if the person didn't, like, I don't know. I don't know if they didn't really look or anything, or if it was just a question. But it's just odd because, like, if you I would think if you looked at our uh, website, if you followed our Facebook page and
Yeah.
stuff, you would see all of the different
Yeah,
stuff.
but not you, but a lot of people put some falsetto stuff on the website. I mean, it's all the web. That's the problem with social media and the website. It's all hype.
You think it's all hype?
85% of it.
In what way?
People want to get clients. I mean, we were just talking out there. Just had a coach, not gonna mention any names, obviously. I'm gonna get everybody offer. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But but I guess I guess I look at it. I don't know. It's so odd because I feel like if I go on the website and I look and I see the person doing the work with whatever it is I'm looking for, I should be able to tell, like, okay, yeah, this person knows what they're doing, stuff like that.
Not everybody's
But
a
I
trainer.
will tell you, the craziest thing is all of the stuff that people put out is stuff I've been saying for 20, 25, 30 years, right? So I just kind of chuckle like, oh yeah, well, I've done that drill. And it's like you're getting all these hits, the person getting all these hits and coming, man, that was fire. When can you train? And I'm just kind of chuckling like, yo, man, I was doing that back in the early 2000s. But I get it, they put it out there, right? And then it's, you see it and like, I can look and tell, like, okay, this person knows what they're doing. Oh, this person doesn't know. This person's just pointing, right? They don't know what they're doing. They just pointing. They might understand it, but they can't detail it and,
Right.
and do it and stuff. So,
And the bottom line is everybody's not a trainer. Everybody doesn't have the eye. Everybody doesn't have the experience. So, I mean, I see a lot of, I hear a lot, see a lot of stuff out there, man, that, parents are telling me, kids are telling me, and I'm like, okay, it's
Yeah.
pretty bad. It's getting bad.
well, so the where I was going with this was just basically, do I train high level talent differently than non high level talent? I wouldn't say it's different. It's just more focused, right? Because a high level player knows what they need and what they want to do they see it. Sometimes they just need a tweak to help them get there, right? So it could be, look, I'm getting the ball here. They're pushing up on me this way, and I'm trying to get to here. But when I get there, I'm going up, and the contest is a little bit closer than I want. So how do I get there and get that same shot? And instead of me having 0.2 seconds to shoot, I give myself an extra 0.2 seconds. So now I'm having 0.4 seconds to shoot, right? How do I create that separation? So a lot of that, it could be focused. So I can do a whole hour on just that one situation where it's over and over again.
Let me ask you this. Would you say it's, obviously we know it's advanced, but would you say that, if this would make sense, the details of it is so far advanced than your average kid or your average client?
You mean from what detail, as far as me or the client?
Like what you're teaching is the detail has more specificity in it as far as that is concerned, and it's advanced as well. So you're dealing with two different elements.
You know what? Actually, the thing is that with every level, when they can do it, the detail is the same.
Okay.
But with a higher level talent, they understand the why. Okay. And that's the biggest thing. Okay. Like, for instance, I had a group today, and we were working on different things. What we were working on was, I had a D man up there. Person had the ball. The defender was behind him. I had one defender that was supposed to be in this area and one offensive there. So it's supposed to simulate coming off a screen, coming downhill, right? You come downhill, you got options. The trailer needs to figure out whether they need to run to that person and switch, or if they're gonna compress and then force them to throw out and stuff. But a lot of times they would, this person here would sometimes come, make a little crossover, and go with a layup. Sometimes left, sometimes right. But often they were being challenged. And they would have this look, and I'm saying, you know why that's happening? I said, because you're not offering any resistance. I said, when you're getting into that lane, you have to use your shoulder. You got to bump them.
Yeah.
So then you could get that little piece of separation to finish. And they hear me, but they never do it. Right? The one that does is the one that I've had for a while, that understands now, and he's able to get his shot off against bigger defenders, because he doesn't always, but I'd say 70% of the layups he was getting them up there. Just sometimes he wasn't, getting it high enough, right? With an advanced person, I probably don't have to go there, because they should know that. If they don't, it's an easy, this is where you need to, this is where the bump needs to be. So I guess to your question, it would be an extra detail, because I'll tell them, anybody, like, you got to give them a bump. With this one, I would probably say, if you get your hip on them, the bump's going to come there.
Gotcha.
Right below the free throw line. Gotcha. You're going to have to give your bump, and then you're going to accelerate to finish at the rim with a dunk or a reverse or whatever, floater. But yeah, it's not different in some aspect. I guess the way I train, it's like anybody could come in here and they're getting the same message. But I think when it comes to extra little things, I do find myself going a little bit, I'll put it this way. With advanced players, I go further into detail, if that makes sense.
That's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, I do go further. Sorry to go all, here's the answer, and I'm going all the way around. It's a big soliloquy. But yeah, I will go further to certain points, because they're going to understand it. And for me, I've always said, when they're at a higher level like that, you can tell them and they can pick it up like that. You don't have to have them, it should take them no more than 2 reps to get it down and be going.
There you go.
Yeah, so I always ask myself though. I know you've asked me this question. I don't know what I like training more, like beginner, intermediate, advanced, or maybe high level advanced. I don't know. I love it all. I think I probably get more joy out of beginners just because it's new to them and getting them to be able to be productive in games and learning and stuff and getting them better fundamentally. I think I might like that a little bit more. But I love seeing my intermediates and advanced do things that we work on.
Absolutely.
And then they sending me video.
That's
you
a
know,
beautiful thing.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, all right. You know, now I still gotta humble them. You know, they go, Coach, I got 27. That was great. Why couldn't you get 30?
Right. Right.
But it's not in a mean way. It's just kind of a
it's a
joking way.
challenge.
It's just to keep challenging them, and they'll look, and I'll be like, I just want to keep challenging you. I'm so proud of you for hitting that 25,
Absolutely.
right? And I don't mean that I want you to hunt for 30, but if you can get 25, you could probably get 30 in that game.
No doubt. No doubt.